look at that catch that you made, against the Steelers, is there anything that you might have caught that was even more impressive or more unique about it than in the moment?
I think the thing I was most like proud of myself about was just the route in general. Like it's a double move route, but I won on the first route, and then I kind of fell into the coverage on the second route, and then just going up and get the ball. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. I don't think it was that as difficult as it looks because the DB wasn't looking at the ball and I could see it, so it was easier for me to make a play on it. And after that, it was just holding on to it, and that led to take points. So.
Obviously, with the new transaction, there's going to be some, more added responsibilities. A lot of coaches, a lot of players on the level have really, said that they're really excited to see what you can do with these added opportunities. What do you think, and how do you handle it?
I mean, I'm definitely excited about it. I mean, this is what I played the game for too. I mean, just stay ready, and when the opportunity comes, make the most of it. That's pretty much been my mindset all season, or my whole career, to be honest. So, I'm just trying to make the most of every opportunity. Hopefully, I can make some more plays.
I talked to Trey yesterday, and something that he said, Trey Tucker, he said that you're one of the hardest working people in the building, and the progression that he's been able to see has, been very clear, just in terms of the work that you put in now, resulting in what's happening now. So, can you say, what do you believe that is the number one thing that you worked on so much to really get that progression?
Just trying to take pieces of game from everybody in the building. You know what I mean? From everybody in our room, the tight end room, even the people that was here in the past. You know what I mean? I try to soak up as much information as I can from everybody who I can soak up information from, and add that to my game. And I think that along with just boosting confidence. You know what I mean? Just going out there making plays, it helps me out mentally, and it lets me know that I actually belong in this league and I can make plays. So. Just keep going with the flow, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully I can progress a little bit more as the year goes on.
And also, what's your relationship like with Trey Tucker as well? Obviously, you've been together for 2 seasons now. What are some things that you noticed with him as well? And are you excited to see him with his opportunities as well?
Right, yeah, and I mean, just from watching Trey come in as a rookie, like his first practice at OTAs, now he's grown tremendously, not only just as a receiver, but as a complete football player. And I mean, that's my boy. Like we got a real close knit group in the receiver room, and it kind of shows the way we play for each other. Like you look back at that touchdown run, the way he was blocking for me, like that's bigger than just teammates. That's more like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of love for Trey. I got a lot of love for all those guys. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the future.
How much did you learn from Devontae when he was here, and even for that Jacoby on top of that apply to your game?
I literally can't say enough about both of those guys. Like how much they've helped me progress as a receiver and overall football player, and even as a man in general. You know what I mean? Just Tay does a really good job of leading by example, and he'll tell you things that you need to work on and how he feels about certain things too. But just watching him, and like I said, he's one of the best ever. You know what I mean? So just watching him go out and compete and do his thing, like it makes you want to play harder too. And even with Jacoby, like I remember watching some of Jacoby before he got here, and like hearing some of the old coaches talk about him. But when I first got to see him in person, I'm like, well, this dude's a beast, and he goes out and shows it every time he gets opportunity. I think, to be honest, he probably helps me out the most. Just we're a little bit closer than most people realize. But any little thing I need, any little thing I need help on, he's there to kind of give me advice. So appreciate those guys for sure.
What can you say about your chemistry right now with Aiden O'Connell, and how you kind of hoping to build off of last week with him under his second start back?
Yeah, I mean, last week was last week. It's over with now, and I think he did a pretty good job, honestly. But I think our chemistry is up there, and I think it's going to continue to build. Like we've always kind of had a little connection ever since, like even me being on the scout team and him being the backup when I first got back last year. Like he was making sure he got me the ball as much as possible. I mean, hopefully, like I said, we're just building off each week. And hopefully, this week we'll have a better result with the end goal. So.
You said you've learned something from every one of your teammates. What could you have possibly learned from Sam Webb?
Oh man, I think I'm helping Sam Webb out a lot more than he's helping me out. You know, he has a young son. I try to give him as much advice on how to handle that as well as he can. And, I mean, not all jokes aside though. Like we all compete, we all have fun, we all try to learn from each other. I mean, the other side of the ball helps me out as much as they can too. So shout out to those guys when they do that.
I know we're asking a lot of questions about the room now that Devontae's gone, but what is the reality of the situation of like you come in and he's not here? Like, has it hit? Like, how different is it really?
I mean, like I said, this was kind of an ongoing process from whichever week that was. You know what I mean? And like when he wasn't in the building, it was a little bit tough just because his presence. You know what I mean? Like like I said, we're a close knit group. So But I mean, I feel like before the actual transaction was made, like we had time to kind of prepare for it. We all kind of kept in contact with him throughout the whole process. And he literally he texted us yesterday morning, you know what I mean, right when everything was kind of going down. So, like it was a little tough at first, but I mean, it's the business and it's something you just gotta adapt to. So, I think we'll be all right.
What did it mean for you to get a shout out from him in his Jets press conference?
Now, it was big. Somebody actually sent me that yesterday, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like I said, we're all close, and we all know that we're all close. But I mean, for him to kind of go, and not everybody's watching that press conference. You know, I'm sure people listen like, who the hell is these guys? But no, it's cool, man. I mean, like I said, big shout out to him for everything he's done for us, and I mean everything he'll continue to do for us from afar. So appreciate it.
Without giving too much away, what was kind of the text maybe about? Just gratitude.
I mean, it was just more of like, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is with all the business like side of it. Like there's still love between all of us, you know what I mean? Like he just wanted us to know it wasn't like a deal where he didn't want to play with us anymore. It was just kind of the way things went. And like I said, we always wish the best for him, and I'm sure the feelings the same, you know what I mean? So like I said, he's much appreciated for sure.
Obviously, there are people like nationally that'll be like, "Oh, they lost Devontae Adams. What do they have?" Like, does that kind of add like a chip on their shoulder to say like, "We want to prove what we have without him"?
I mean, yeah, for sure. But you know, I feel like, I mean, me personally, I try not to overthink things like that. Like at the end of the day, it's my job to go out and be the best version of myself. And I try not to let like the outside noise affect that at all, like good or bad. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I just got a job to do, and I'm gonna try to do my best at it.
Thanks, Thank you.